What is something that your parents did that you swore never to repeat to your own kids? Tell me I depress them when I confide in them. Sorry dude. When I came out about it, my mom blamed me and said, "Why are you doing this to me?" Like I made up 10 plus years of depression to get at her or something. It's not a good feeling and I get it. Hugs for you, heart. Teaching them by comparing them to their own better behaved / smarter siblings. In a very condescending manner OFC. Shit, I was compared to other people's kids. Insert other kid's name, would never do that to their parent. Ah, yes. I'm the middle child of 3. You know, the one with the learning disability. Use them as leverage against the other parent. Abuse them, allow them to be abused by a significant other, abandon them then return years later once they've grown and try to cause them as much pain as possible for who knows why. I have 4 sons and I genuinely can't imagine doing most of what happened to me to them. Blows my mind. Did your parents battle over who would get to claim you as dependents on their taxes too? Damn dude, you okay? Refuse to admit I was wrong. The only semblance of an apology I've ever received from my mother was, "I'm sorry you feel that way." I don't think she's ever actually apologized or taken blame for her actions in my 30-odd conscious years. This should be way higher up on the list. Parents aren't infallible, insisting you are is asinine. Parents can provide teaching moments by admitting, explaining, and apologizing for their mistakes. Children should know that learning from your mistakes is one of the fastest paths to personal growth. Wake them from a dead sleep, on a school night, to introduce them to my drunk friends I just came home with, because I'm a bartender. Oh shit, you reminded me of another one. I will never get drunk. And make my son come find me and bring me home in the middle of the night before his high school finals. I will never make him bail me out of jail, using personal favors. Threads like this make me want to say I'll never do anything that my mother did. But that simplifies a very complicated feeling. When my mother loved me I felt like the greatest person in the world. It's complicated. Not me but an ex. Teach my kid at age 7 or so how to tap a keg so they can keep me and my friends drunk at home. Really poor food choices. Same, I was raised on Hot Pockets and those instant lunch cups. My mom, trailer trash, I'm sorry, used to go every day to the 7-Eleven and get me a lunch of powdered donuts, a pop, and some chips, every so often a sandwich in those little plastic triangles, or a chocolate bar. I used to think it was cool but even at 12, I knew something was up. I remember my teacher one time came up to me and said, "Don't you ever have anything healthy?" I laughed it off but I felt like it was a shitty thing to do to a kid. Try to be controlling over my kid's life and blame all their problems on the other parent. Fucking bribe them to stay home and not hang out with friends. I became super antisocial and had anxiety when doing almost anything. Kids need to go out and socialize and make mistakes. My mom wouldn't bribe, but she'd guilt trip. We lived outside of a small town, so we were already fairly isolated. Add to that a mom who felt it was a waste of her time and money. We were also pretty poor to drive us somewhere, and we all became shy, awkward kids with less than stellar social skills. And she'd encourage extracurriculars, but then blow up at me if she had to wait in the parking lot after a practice ran a few minutes long. It was a mindfuck. You're going out too much. You're never home. Why do you always stay home? You need to go out. My parents changed this saying every 2 weeks. Judgmental behavior. I want my kids to know that I truly love them because of who they are and not feel like they have to hide certain parts of who they are because they are afraid I won't care about them anymore. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.